water temperature too.
Yeah, what makes a polar bear plunge so much fun is it's cold. It's great for your health to do some cold water plunges every now and then. Ice baths, also pretty good for your health. And so today the water is cold. I am wearing a wetsuit as I'm surfing right now, but at 63.7, I would want to wear a wetsuit. But when you surf, you want to stay out in the water as long as possible. Polar bear plunge, you're doing it quickly and then getting out. And the good news is our air temperatures are going to be pretty fabulous. There's going to be sunshine as well. That makes it feel really nice when you get out of the cold water, right? We've got some 50s through the Laguna Madre, further south into the Laguna, 55.2 reading there. So yeah, it's still pretty cold across portions of the coastal bend. Good news is we're not in the 40s, which is when those sea turtles start to be cold stunned. And so we're not worried about that anytime soon, especially since we've got a warm up on our hands in your forecast coming up. So it looks like our live cameras have been struggling this morning. Maybe they got too cold these last couple of days. It's frozen. But right now your sunrise is at 7:21 a.m. Sunset will be at 5:46. Offshore sea surface temperature is 75, but the air temperature right now in Port Aransas is a cold 54. Waves are running 2 feet offshore, but they're pretty flat near our coastline. Temperatures right now are in the 40s, so it is a cold start to the day. We're 46 in Corpus Christi, 30s across Sinton and into Refugio County, 40 right now in Sarita. And so Happy New Year, y'all. We are warming up. Don't worry, it's not going to stay cold for too long. So around noon, polar bear plunge time, I believe, 70 degrees there, 74 by the time we get to 2 p.m. So that's going to actually feel really nice. Our wind does pick up out of the south. It's a little breezy, not too bad. We'll call it 15 miles per hour or less. Some gusts may reach 18 miles per hour. Temperatures then fall into the 60s, and they're not going to drop too much by tomorrow morning. And so with that being said, our moisture is increasing. I do expect some patchy fog, some dense fog at that, to develop into the coastal bend early Friday morning. So you'll see that here. This is 7 a.m. Be ready for more so some radiational fog as we see a more persistent southeast wind. We'll likely see some sea fog developing as well into next week. But there's a cold front that moves in Saturday morning. That's going to limit our fog from developing as it drops our dew point once again. We'll have lows back in the 50s by Sunday morning, so I'm not worried about fog over the weekend, but as our temperatures warm back up, that's something we will have to talk about. So there's a cold front. Some spotty showers out ahead of that front possible, mostly across West Texas. The front slides south. Temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 80s ahead of the front. We'll call it around 80 behind the front. Not going to change our temperature much, but we go from green to tan. That is our dew point falling, which allows our overnight lows to fall into the 50s. High pressure developing again, increase air moisture again, a warm up on the way for next week, the first week of 2026, right? So as we continue on along, if you are traveling across the Lone Star State, conditions great. We mentioned a little tiny bit of rain, some increase in clouds today, but overall sunshine is in store for Friday and Saturday. So don't forget those sunglasses. Temperatures in the 80s across most areas except for the Dallas-Fort Worth area. We will see rainfall everywhere but Texas and the Great Plains for the most part. We've got a couple of kind of clipper systems that move through across the Northeast, and then we also have heavy rain. Flooding still a hazard across much of California as they're expected to see the most rain the next 5 days. This is our weak front. This is high pressure. High pressure building in next week will help our temperatures warm back up. So as that front passes through, we'll see a drop in temperatures, but we'll see sunshine behind that front and no rain in the extended forecast. John Thomas.
Carly, thank you.